Anefa.
That is perfectly all right. My data indicates clear skies in the coming days. Current conditions for maritime travel, optimal. I'll be ready whenever you are.
But are we really gonna set off without telling anyone again? Funny you mention it. You'll never guess who Paimon saw on the way over.
Hey! You didn't seriously think we'd let you leave without a farewell party, did you? No chance.
Yeah, come on, Traveler. We've already made all the preparations. And most importantly, how dare you try and slip away without first paying your respects to the almighty Dragon Lord!
A little bird told us you'd soon be leaving for Nod-krai. So, we asked Paimon to give us a heads up before the date of your departure.
You sure it's not time to think about changing that little habit of ours?
Don't worry, we won't keep you long. Besides, everyone's there already. Shaska, Ian-san, Auroron, even the Pyro Archon herself.
You're invited too, Anefa. Shilonen has a special gift for you.
Accompaniment request accepted. Shilonen demonstrates excellent massage technique. My impression of her is exceedingly positive.
Wait, so robots like...
Alright, enough with the chit-chat. Let's head to the venue.
Woohoo! Party time!
Rise with the sun! Burn it down! Light it up!
Hello. I appreciate you looking after Aino these past few days.
Oh, it was nothing. A promise is a promise, right? Anyway, is Yehoda here? She probably has a bunch of new clues for us.
Let me explain. After I got back from the Frost Moon Scions, I started doing some digging into that merchant, Asako. The fact that he outright tried to buy Aino's bot definitely makes him suspicious, but even after asking around my boss's circle, I couldn't find any evidence that connects him to this mess. Out of all the merchants we met, he has the cleanest record. I checked all the other merchants too, but the trail came up cold each time. Most of them didn't even know about our trip to the Frost Moon Scions. Whoever's behind this thing is extremely clever. Covered their tracking down a person like that is gonna take a lot more than 2 days.
So, you're saying...
Summarizing intel. Condensing main points. Conclusion. Over the past 2 days, Yohoda has found no useful information.
Did you have to make it sound so pathetic? Oh, how am I gonna explain this to the kid?
So, there's really nothing we can do?
I mean, short of rounding up those merchants, interrogating them, and searching their private warehouses for ourselves?
Sounds like a good idea to me.
That wasn't a suggestion! These aren't the type of people you mess with on a whim. Oh, I'd turn all of nod-krai upside down searching before I went after a man like Asako.
Turning all of nod-krai upside down. That is indeed Aino's backup plan.
Okay, well, I wasn't serious about that suggestion either.
If that is what Aino decides to do in the end,
I've been thinking things over a lot since I got back. And the truth is, I can see why Crumclank's technology is being targeted by those chumps. But that means any of my bots could be next, including Inefa. If we don't get Crumclank back, if we don't show them we're not an easy target, then there's nothing stopping them from coming after the rest of my robo friends. So, even if I really do have to turn all of nod-krai upside down, I will save Crumclank, no matter what it takes. You said Asako was the biggest suspect, right? Let's start with him then.
someone sent a letter. It appears to be for you, traveler.
Really? Let's take a look. Huh. Paimon would recognize that tone anywhere. It's her, isn't it? Seems like she has a way to help us. Dory's services are usually a...
I've heard of her. She's got quite a unique reputation around nod-krai.
All right, I'm down with that. You're in charge of the workshop, Inefa. This time, we'll get Crumclank back for sure.
Very well. Please continue to look out for Aino in my stead.
Oh, you're coming too, Yehoda? Huh. You care too much about Aino to let this go, huh?
More like you're not the only one who's got a stupid robot asking you for favors.
There's a lot of good stuff in here. Want to split it? Just kidding. You can take it.
Rise with the sun!
Huh. Looks like that old man isn't here this time.
Ah, look what the cat dragged in. Traveler, Paimon, I see you got my letter.
you?
My assistant told me about your little visit 2 days ago. Rumor has it, some terrible thief broke into the Krumkake craft shop and ran off with one of Miss Aino's most treasured companions.
Yes, that's exactly right.
You must know how much I value you as a customer, Traveler. So, I thought, if you've set out to help Miss Aino, I should do my part too. I did some digging, and I do believe I've come up with the perfect plan. There are too many merchants targeting that bot to root out the thief by going after them one by one. So, how about approaching this from a different angle? Maybe the question we should be asking isn't who stole the bot, but where the thief took it in the first place.
She has a point.
And lucky for you, I happen to know just the expert to help us out. She's been working smuggling cases for years. If you need to track down stolen merchandise, she's your gal. Of course, a professional of her caliber demands quite a high retainer. But not to worry, I can offer you a 20% discount. How about this? You give me the funds in advance, discount applied of course, and I'll contact the expert. See if we can't bring that price down a little. I'm all about client convenience, as I'm sure you all know. And if she sympathizes with our cause and ups the discount, we'll call the difference a little something for my trouble. Sound good? 20% off would be 800,000 mora. Do we have a deal?
800,000? Oh, can't you go any lower?
If only I could. But there has to be room for me to take a cut now, doesn't there?
800,000 mora is worth it if it means we get Krumklank back. It's fine, I'll cover it.
Splendid! I'll contact the expert right away.
Well, if you're okay with it, I know. And the sooner we talk to this expert, the better.
Great news! The expert is already in the area. I hope you have a productive conversation.
Wait, a Melusine? Traveler? Paimon, I've heard so much about you, but I didn't expect nod-krai to be the place we'd meet. I'm Sadil.
So, the expert is a Melusine? I've heard about these creatures before. They have special senses, right? They can pick up on things humans would never even notice.
Really? That sounds amazing!
With her help, we'll get leads on Krumklank for sure. Oh, I guess the price of the retainer was worth it after all.
There's something you should know about Dory. Retainer? What retainer? The Traveler is a hero to the Melusines. It's an honor to help her out. I would never ask for even a single mora in return.
Oh, wow! I didn't realize this expert idolized you so much, Traveler. Well, since she won't accept payment, I suppose there's no choice but for the entire 800,000. As always, I appreciate your patronage. Although, I guess this turn, in that case, I'll give you a generous 50% off.
And the swindler claims another victim. Anyway, what are you doing in nod-krai, Sadil? Well, one of the Melusine agents from the Marechaussee Phantom followed the trail of a smuggling case straight to nod-krai. But she still hasn't made it back to Fontaine. We all started to get worried, and I happen to have some time off, so I'm here to check up on her. But enough about that for now. This merchant told me you needed help tracking down your missing companion. Could you describe them to me? The more details, the better. Then, would it be possible to take me to the last place you saw them?
Sure thing!
Full throttle! Something to add to my collection. Burn it down!
All right, this is the last place we saw Crunklank. I remember that the recon bot disappeared right over there.
I've learned a little about those flying machines since I've been here. Their battery life isn't very long. Flying all the way out here is probably their limit. So, someone must have been in the vicinity to pick it up. We should ask around. Oh, there's a group of people over there. Let's ask them. Hello. We wanted to ask some.
Looking for trouble, kid? No? Then scram.
Ugh, not a good start. Legally speaking, even suspects have the right to remain silent. We can't force them to answer our questions.
That's what you're worried about? Well, it's your lucky day. There's no law in nod-krai.
Clink Clank Legion, attack!
Fine, fine. If you want to talk, then let's talk. Ask me anything you want to know.
Have you seen a group of people carrying a heavy object pass through here? If so, which direction did they go in?
I see that pretty much on the daily. And multiple times at that.
If we think about when they started the lookout versus when they managed to get away, it would have been 2 days ago, between 4 and 10 p.m. We're looking for anyone in the vicinity who left with a heavy object in tow.
When you put it that way, I did see a group like that. Real shifty looking. Came in the afternoon, left at night. I'm pretty sure they were heading in that direction.
That direction, If they knew that their cargo was being targeted by other merchants, they were probably trying to get out of here without being seen. I think I know where they were heading.
Light it up!
Bring it!
Burn it down!
Phew.
Rise with the sun! Light it up!
So, this is the place? But there's no one here. Assuming their stamina is within the range of a normal adult, if we factor in the weight of their cargo, which means there should be quite a few traces around here.
Traces? What kind of traces? This place just looks like a random stretch of wilderness.
Oh, there's a whole bunch. Here and over there. Oh, it might be hard for you humans to pick up on. If I point the...
This is the recon bot from that day!
Yup, pretty much what I expected. When they made their initial escape, they took the recon bot with them to cover their tracks. But it's exhausting to travel with that kind of cargo. So, once they made it far enough, they dropped the recon bot and ran off with Crumbclank. I doubt they expected anyone to search this area. I bet these footprints are from when they fled this location.
Is that enough to tell where they went?
Enough to give us some clues at least. I see a special kind of sand in the footprints. It clearly isn't from any... If I'm right, they probably tracked the sand in from somewhere else.
A special kind of sand. Oh, wait! Near the Kuvaki experimental
Then that's where we should head next.
Wow! Melusines are awesome! I want one!
Melusines are people, not pets, I know.
Well, that's the last clue we needed, right? Let's get going!
Rise with the sun!
Bring it!
Burn it down!
Bring it!
We were right! There's a camp here! But I don't see Crumbclank anywhere. Maybe he's inside.
With this many people standing guard, breaking in seems out of the question.
I'm sorry, everyone, but I think this is as far as I can go. There's not much I can help you with in there.
Don't be sorry, Sadil. You've been such a big help. I wouldn't even mind sharing some of my secret dessert stash with you. And anyway, you probably shouldn't be here for this part because I'm about to do something bad. And you're too good for that.
Okay.
I know. Like I said before, I'm the boss of the Crumbkake Craft Shop, and I'm gonna save my friend no matter what it takes.
Is that Zip-Zap Spybot number 1?
It's Zip-Zap Warbot number 1 now.
Whoa, Warbot? I knew the kid was making dangerous stuff.
With Zip-Zap Warbot on our side, there's no stopping us. Come on, charge!
What is this thing? Help! Does somebody help me?
What are you running for? Just take it down! There's nothing scary about...
Phew! We're in! Wait! What's that?
Whatever it is, it does...
This hunk of metal has Crumclank's core. The thief already took him apart.
Quite the improvement, don't you think? My creation is 10 times more powerful than your little toy.
Wait! You're that guy from the black market! The one at the front desk!
If your goal is to accomplish something that will shock the world, you're better off working behind the scenes. I must admit, though, I'm rather surprised you made it this far. I expected you to spend more time fixating on those
You deliberately tried to steer us in the wrong direction!
What? You never questioned the fact that the first notice you found just so happened to have the clues you were searching for? The front desk is where people go to exchange information. But I get to decide what to put front and center. The person who controls the information controls the people who seek.
So you're the one who stole Crumclank! Both times?
So what if I am? There's only one rule in nod-krai. Winner takes all. With this prototype, the mora I earn will put me on equal footing with the other factions. Then, no one, not even you, will be able to—
Just using a piece—
Stole? No, rescued. I'm taken ever since learning about Kuvaki. I knew there was huge potential for machine integration. I came all this way, but the stubborn natives refused to even entertain my ideas. It didn't go any better with the Fatui and their— But then, this stupid girl who spends all her time making useless toys opens a workshop. And she's the one who gets to make a groundbreaking machine that has the potential to reshape the entire— That role should have been mine!
Right. 'Cause it's definitely not embarrassing to have beef with a kid.
That's enough! Give Crumclank back to us, right?
We'll see about that.
Chew on this!
Judgment! Punishment! Why is this machine so powerful?
I can't even hit the thing!
No, you guys!
It's too late.
Just to wait it out! I'm not letting Crumclank become a war machine!
Brave names echo!
Go claw! Ding dong!
Rev the engines!
happening? I need an engineer over here. Quick!
The core stopped working. It's supposed to concentrate Kuvaki, but it looks like it needs a specific...
What kind of medium?
Judging by the smell, I'd say some kind of...
What?
Don't sound so surprised. Crumbclank is a dessert baking robot. But I always thought it would be too sad if he had to watch other people eat all... So when I designed Crumbclank, I gave him the ability to eat desserts too, not just bake them.
I think I understand now. The consumption of a cake-like dessert is required to keep the core's Kuvaki concentrate. If cake baking is the goal, that kind of system is sustainable. But to use it as a weapon, not even nod-krai's entire flour and sugar production would be enough to generate the required amount of power.
And you're just noticing this now? Well then get rid of that stupid function! Make it run on something—
Boss, it's embedded into the system. I'm not skilled enough to change something like that. I didn't even notice it at first.
See? Crumbclank isn't a war machine.
This technology could have been revolutionary. It was supposed to be my big break. And now it's trapped in some useless kitchen bot, all because of your stupid childish... No. The prototype stays with me. I just need to hold out until I can secure an investment.
Try me, you
Whoa! What are you all doing here?
Protecting the Krumkaki craft shop is a job for all who call it home. Activating Annihilation Mode.
Another cause for regret. Try!
You can't run! Shiver! Burn it down!
Try! Picked the wrong test subject.
No! He got away!
Let him run for now. Nod-krai doesn't have laws, but it does have rules. Once word starts to spread...
Is everyone all right? Apparently nod-krai doesn't have a police force, so... Wow! Way to think ahead, Sadil.
Wait! What about Crumbclank?
Miss Aino, during the altercation, my brethren and I retrieved the core from that construct. It should go to its rightful owner. This technology needs safekeeping, and I think... No. I know that it's safest in...
And I know you're not the bad guys I thought you were, so... Enough with all the mushies. Let's go home, Inefa. Oh, and when we get back, I want dessert.
Hey, it's been a while. Why don't we check up on Aino?
After all that hard work, I at least deserve a slice of cake for my efforts.
Wait, there's cake?
Yes. You two are here just in time. Aino wanted to thank you for your help, so now that Crumbclank is back safe and sound, she thought it would be nice for everyone to try out his baking.
Wow! So this is what Crumbclank was supposed to look like.
Yes. Luckily, the core was still intact, so all Aino had to do was make a new body.
Woohoo! Hey! He ate it!
It's not unusual for a chef to take a few bites before serving a dish.
No need to worry. Once he's had his fill, he can get started on the desserts for everyone else. It'll just be...
All right. Wait, speaking of desserts, where's Aino?
She thought of a new idea for a robot and shut herself in the workshop to get started. When inspiration strikes, she jumps into action. That's just who she is.
Why does Aino like building robots so...
Retrieving historical records from databank. At first, I believe Aino was just shocked to find something that fascinated her more than desserts. And fortunately, her friends respected her passion, even if, aside from struggling to make ends meet, there was little time for much else. Then, one day, an acclaimed teacher discovered her and recognized her passion for what it truly was. Genius. Just like her friends, she finally discovered what she wanted to do, and not only that, she excelled at it. And when genius and passion collide, there's not much that can get in the way. So, Aino left her childhood friends, established the Clink Clink Krumkake craft shop, and started making all kinds of robot companions. Perhaps it all comes down to the natural instinct of a genius. The drive to see their imagination come to life.
Oh, so that's what draws her to robotics.
Based on my own experience with Aino, I think there's more to it than that. Long before she took me in, she was already pushing her skills to the limit in an effort to give each robot a distinct personality, and she already treated them like companions. What I mean is, it's not something that started with me just because I have a unique background. I think, after walking the path of a genius for so long, she looked around and realized there was no one at her side. And it made her feel, so me, Krumklink, and all the other robots Aino has added to the workshop were not just proof of her genius. We're her family. We give her the companionship she longs for. As I see it, that's the true relationship between Aino and her robots.
Oh, wow! So, you really mean a lot to her.
Yes, and for that reason, it did not matter to Aino how powerful Krumklink could become, nor how feared or coveted his technology might be among the factions, and she decided that he would join his family, and that meant she would spare no effort to save him.
Yeah, that makes sense. But it makes Paimon wonder why someone like Aino would choose to stay in nod-krai.
I'm afraid my logic unit cannot make sense of that question.
Well, the way Paimon sees it, nod-krai is a dog-eat-dog place full of scheming and scamming. The people that thrive here seem to be built for that kind of thing. Anyone else would use the kind of tech Aino has to make weapons and threaten people. But Aino, she takes something that could be a weapon and turns it into a robot that makes cakes. It just doesn't seem like she fits in.
No, my view is the exact opposite. I've encountered the full spectrum of people that live here in nod-krai. But in my experience, very few of them can be said to represent this place. You say Aino doesn't fit in here, but I believe the opposite. If I were to attempt to define what a person from nod-krai should be, no one is a better match than Aino.
Ooh, the dessert should be done!
Yes, one moment. Allow me to serve them.
I want the one with the most frosting!
All right, everyone.
So worth it.
Spit it out, then.
They've set off.
Just as my calculations projected. About time I met this variable in person.
You know, every time we head to a new nation, there's always a point where it suddenly dawns on Paimon. This is it. The next chapter of our adventure has begun. This time, it was the moment she realized she just polished off the very last of her Saurus crackers. Should have stocked up better at the farewell party.
In other words, Paimon has marked the geographic coordinates from 2 minutes and 40 seconds ago as the boundary between Natlan and nod-krai. This deviates somewhat from the official coordinates stored in my database.
Paimon meant more in terms of how it felt on a psychological level. Anyway, what about you, Traveler? When did it really sink in for you? Huh, that actually kind of makes sense. What about you, Anefa? Come to think of it, maybe we should be asking the other way round. So, when you came over to Natlan, what was the moment you felt like you'd left nod-krai?
In that case, probably when my sensors could no longer detect the moon's power.
The moon? You mean, that one we can all see in the sky?
Negative. I was referring to... Here we are. Paimon, Traveler, we have arrived in nod-krai.
Oh, wow!
Paimon, Traveler, welcome to nod-krai.
That must be Nasha Town up ahead! That's the place you were telling us about on the way over, right?
That is correct, Paimon. It is also the
Oh! Sounds like the perfect place to start trying out all the local specialties! Huh? Is something up, Traveler?
Paimon, this is where our spaceship landed when Ether and I first arrived in Teyvat.
Huh? Are you sure? But how come you've never mentioned that before? Seems pretty important to Paimon.
Well, because those memories are really hazy. All I remember is Ether waking me up and us leaving the ship. But just now, setting foot on this land, I felt something. The kind of power I sensed in those moments.
Are you referring to Kuvaki?
Kuva, what now?
The locals refer to it as Kuvaki. It is a unique elemental force found only in nod-krai, or rather, a pure, primordial form of elemental energy. That is correct. Another similar concept I have found in my database is the primordial sea. Legend has it that long, long ago, the moon that shines in the sky above us once rose from the land of nod-krai. Modern geological surveys and meteorite studies conducted in the region have since supported this claim.
So, when you mentioned being able to detect the moon's power earlier, you were referring to Kuvaki? Wait, Traveler, you're saying we might actually find your spaceship here?
Nod-krai is surrounded by the ocean. In other words, it could have been anywhere along its coastline. Negative. Description still lacks sufficient.
Hey, it's okay if you can't remember everything right away. After all, it's been a really long time. Let's just do what we've always done and keep searching as we explore. Besides,
I'd be more than happy to help you out as well.
our pleasure. Anyway, just knowing that your spaceship's here in nod-krai surely counts as a big step forward, huh?
Like we've crossed another boundary?
Paimon couldn't have put it better herself. You sure are a quick learner, Inefa. Well, as the best guide in the whole of Teyvat, Paimon hereby does solemnly declare, nod-krai, here we come! Paimon, if we were looking to put out a missing spaceship commission, or to learn more about nod-krai, wouldn't it make sense to drop by the Adventurers Guild?
The guild is located in Nasha Town. Simply follow this road and you'll reach it.
Huh? What into that is that? Looks kinda like a sealy.
That is a kuhenki, a species unique to the land of nod-krai.
A kuhenki? Does she have something to do?
Indeed it does. According to the Frost Moon Scions, the indigenous inhabitants of this land, the kuhenki, are said to be familiars of the moon goddess, leading those who walk in the moonlight's glow to things of great importance.
The moon goddess? Don't all people here worship the Tsaritsa?
Although nod-krai lies on Snezhnaya's border regions, the people here have held their own unique beliefs since time immemorial. As I mentioned, everything in this land shares a deep connection with the moon and the sky above. The beliefs of the Frostmoon Scions seem to date back to the civilization of the angels. According to the documents in my database, even the 7 Archons did not exist at that time.
Wow! So the origin of their beliefs goes back even further than the Archon War?
Correct. At some point, you may come across some statues of their goddess. The Frostmoon Scions carved these as well.
Hey! Looks like she's floating away!
I suggest you follow her. The probability of an ordinary person encountering a kuhenki lies in the single digits. Many here consider them heralds of good fortune.
Is this a travel guide? Huh. It actually led us to something useful.
Are there any particular points of interest?
It all looks pretty interesting to Paimon. If we have time, she'd love to see...
Recalibrating route. If we keep following the current path, we will arrive at an area of scenic beauty. From there, we will be able to identify both the Adventurers Guild and several must-visit specialty stores.
Yikes! Why is Paimon suddenly getting the feeling that if she doesn't step it up soon, Ineva's gonna put her out of a job?
Rise with the sun!
Wow! Nasha Town actually looks pretty big from here. Feels a bit different than Paimon imagined, though.
Which aspects in particular deviated from your expectations?
Well, Paimon keeps hearing people describe nod-krai as an adventurer's paradise. So she kind of thought it'd be a bit more picture-perfect somehow.
According to legend, there was indeed an era of peace in nod-krai's past, the age of the Fae. Tales of those ancient heroes are still told today. One of the most well-known is that of the Lantern Fae. This individual performed many good deeds for nod-krai. The present-day Lightkeeper's nightly lantern patrols are, in part, a tribute to their memory. But then, one day, there came a devastating abyssal calamity that swept across nod-krai, and for a time it was left desolate. Heartbroken by what had become of the land they had so cherished, that Fae extinguished their light, just as the abyss had extinct. Nowadays, the paradise people speak of is more of an aspiration, or an irony, perhaps. Today, no official authority governs nod-krai. In theory, at least, it is somewhere a person can do whatever they wish, and become whoever they want to be. The Adventurers Guild is just over there, in Nasha Town's Central Plaza, and the flagship tavern is over that way.
Hey, what's that building over there? You know, the biggest, tallest one.
That is Aino's Boom and Blast Kuvaki energy cannon. It gets activated when the wild hunt threat level outside Nasha Town reaches a certain threshold. But according to the scan I just ran, the energy cannon appears to be malfunctioning, likely due to a recent discharge.
The wild hunt? Isn't that the abyssal calamity you mentioned that's specific to nod-krai?
It is a phenomenon that has been occurring for several centuries now. Yet the time and location of wild hunt attacks are seemingly random. At first, it was more of an old wives' tale that adults used to scare children. If you don't start behaving, kid, some night, the wild hunt's gonna come for you. Listen, do you hear that? That weeping in the fog? Those are the cries of a young woman being dragged away.
You're saying people actually hear things like that?
I have not witnessed enough wild hunt attacks to give a statistically sound answer. But the oldest legends say that all people saw was the ghostly shadow of a woman in the mist. It wasn't until later that it became a full-blown calamity. Abyssal monsters and all.
Oh, when you put it like that, Paimon's really gotta hand it to Aino. Not only did she repair you, but she's even built a giant cannon to keep the wild hunt at bay.
Absolutely. Aino is very impressive indeed. Anyway, according to my schedule, it is time I took you over to the flagship.
Oh, sure. After all, we shouldn't keep Varka waiting. Well, Paimon's not sure if he'll actually show up at the bar this early. You're right about that.
Burn it down! Full throttle!
Here we are, the flagship.
Varka told us to meet him here in his letter, right? Let's see. Varka? Varka!
No matches, I identified.
Huh. So he isn't here after all. Hey, why don't we go ask the owner? If what they say is true, Varka's drinking prowess must have...
Well, well. If it isn't the ineffable Ineffa.
Hello there, Demyon.
You know each other?
Of course! Ineffa's a regular here at the flagship.
So, robots are into booze?
Not at all. The energy conversion efficiency of alcoholic drinks is very low, and most of them are full of impurities. Still, I can affirm that your berries and fried meat deserve a solid 9.12 out of 10. It has Aino's approval too.
Funny that you should mention that. While you were away in Natland, Varka would come in here every day to pick up a serving of berries and fried meat for Aino.
Aww. He must have been worried sick that she wasn't eating properly on account of being so hung up about Ineffa being gone.
Actually it's 'cause Varka found out that Aino went wild after Ineffa left, gorging herself on snacks she normally couldn't get her hands on. So it was more worry that she wasn't getting a balanced diet. I think I might have just put my foot in it. Anyway, since you're back from Natland, these two must be the ones Varka mentioned. The Traveler and Paimon, yes?
Yep, that's us. So, from the sounds of it, you must be a close friend of Varka's too.
Varka? Goes without saying. After all, he's the only one around here who's ever managed to stay standing after 10 rounds of the roulette special.
Paimon can't believe he's made such a name for himself. Though, guess it's hardly surprising how.
Right now? Must be somewhere near Anvantinjarvi. That's quite far from here.
Huh? Where's that?
It's a lake in the northern part of Nod-krai. Word reached him of trouble brewing around those parts, so he took his knights to check it out.
Oh. So, we missed him?
Varka knew you'd say that. So he specifically told me to make sure you stayed here and enjoyed yourselves. He sends his assurances that everything's under control.
Well, if he's that confident, guess our only option is to accept. Anyway, it's not like there's any special cause for concern. He is the Grand Master, after all.
Exactly. Plus, not only has he booked you into our finest room, he's paid for it in advance, too.
Whoa! It's so generous of him! We might not have met yet, but Paimon?
Oh, and by the way, he also asked me to serve up a portion of berries and fried meat for Anefa. That was prepaid as well.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I'm the one who should be grateful for your business.
Traveler, Paimon, why don't you go ahead and drop off your luggage? I can use this time to go pick up some components that Aino asked me to bring back.
Sure thing. Besides, now that we've got ourselves a map, once we're done unpacking, we might as well go for a stroll ourselves. Why don't we meet up again later?
Oh. So you no longer require navigational assistance?
No worries. We should be fine. We've got a rough idea of our way around town, so Paimon's reasonably confident we shouldn't get too lost.
Thank you. This translates into an approximate time saving of 30%, meaning I will be able to see Aino about 45 minutes earlier than previously projected.
Oh, right. You must miss her a lot, too.
So noisy. Look at my table.
Feels pretty nice having someone sort out our food and lodging for us, huh? But is this really the flagship's best room? It's pretty big, but you mean it's got something to do with nod-krai's history? Oh, that makes sense. Oh, should we try the berries and fried meat too? Paimon's getting... Oh! Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't what...
Please, there's no need to apologize. If anything, I'm the one who should be sorry.
Wait a sec. Are you staying in the room next to ours?
Ah, quite the perceptive one, I see. First things first, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Kirill Chudamirovich Flintz, but please, just call me Flintz.
Whoa, that's an impressively long name for sure.
Ah, is that so? Names like mine ought to have been fairly common in Snezhnaya, at least in the past. Would I be correct then to assume that the two of you are travelers in this land?
Yep, you sure would be. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We've been to a bunch of nations already.
What a rare honor it is to meet such worldly travelers.
Are you here for travel too?
If only I had the time to spare. No, I'm just staying the night.
Oh, so you're here for business?
That's certainly one way to put it. I'm a ratnik of nod-krai, normally stationed near the burial grounds to the north. My sole cause for being here today was to repair this lantern of mine.
Burial?
Your surprise is entirely understandable. Most people cannot even begin to fathom the idea of a life surrounded by tombstones and decay. But if you've heard of the calamitous abomination that is the Wild Hunt, you'll know that in their wake they bring a host of souls tainted by abyssal filth. That then is why we are stationed by the burial grounds, to hold the line where it is most vulnerable.
Oh, so it's all about fighting against the abyss.
I thank you for your concern. But in truth, I've long since grown used to it. In fact, I like to think it rather suits me. If anything, I'd say I prefer the peace and quiet of a graveyard to the hustle and bustle of urban life.
Paimon sort of gets it now. But even so, she's still pretty sure she could never get used to living in a graveyard herself. For one thing, she'd be too scared to fall asleep at night.
Oh, I assure you, there's no need to worry on that account. The kind of ghosts you find in cemeteries aren't too big on talking. But even when they do, they're usually far more discreet than the living. Well, would you look at that? Who'd have thought we'd end up chatting this long? Must have a lot in common, huh? Forgive me, but I must excuse myself, for the time of my appointment draws near. And in terms I'm sure you'll understand, a lanternless ratnik is like a mapless traveler. A serious conundrum indeed.
Oh, sure. In that case, you go right ahead. We won't keep you any longer.
Not at all. Should the opportunity present itself, I'd gladly continue our conversation another time. You're always welcome to come visit my grave. The grave I stand watch over. Your visit would bring much-needed light to that place of final rest.
Right. Well, if we get the chance...
Then allow me to wish you a traditional ratnik's farewell. See you by the graveside.
Ugh. Jeez. What a weirdo. Not to badmouth him at all. In fact, he seemed pretty cultured, but at the same time, kinda spooky? Must be all that time he spent around his lantern. No, not really. Guess you've always had a nose for stuff like this. If you're worried, you can always ask him the next time. Hey, don't you start spouting all that weird stuff too.
Our drink recommendations? Rise with the sun!
Paimon almost forgot something super important. Were we gonna go try out the berries and fried meat? But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a waste.
Please, accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you.
Huh? What's going on over there? Wait, free food? Wow! The people... Quick, let's grab some too. Paimon's super curious.
Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar.
Huh? How'd you know we were travelers?
Just now were a song the birds in the sky, singing of your wanderings. You are no ordinary guests, it seems.
The birds and the... What now?
Forgive me. I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. You, too, must be wondering who I am. I am Lauma, moon chanter of the Frost Moon Scions. Please, as do our followers and other passers-by, accept today's boon.
Happy to oblige. Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is the Traveler. Thanks so much for sharing your yummy food with us. We'll take one each.
Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of the morning dew. It is my hope that partaking of them may lift your spirits to heights anew.
The finest you found? Wow! That sure is kind of you, but...
The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar, not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark for lost hunters. For it is the blade of the starving that darkness most easily corrupts. As perhaps you have already heard, we Frost Moon Scions revere and worship the Moon Goddess. We believe that together, virtue and compassion are the shining light that will lead us all out of the long dark. And now, with tides of haughty Fatui swarming into nod-krai, driven by greed and greed alone, more than ever before, we must all unite under the banner of virtue.
Huh, look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frost Moon Scions. Got enough for us too?
That's right! 2 servings each! We're starving over here!
The Fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even show your faces?
Wilhelmina, bestow today's boon upon our guest.
You hear that? No slacking now. We'll have the very best you got.
But, my lady, they...
Please, you two, accept this meal. But remember this. Kindness...
Come again?
Let me finish. But should they still refuse to follow the moonlit path, then by our frosted blades shall we show them it's...
You!
Hey, look who it is.
Whatever. Just you wait. We'll be coming for you next. Huh? Where's the meat? Who wants to...
Those stooges really are the worst.
Ever since they came to nod-krai with all their weird equipment and built that so-called experimental design bureau...
Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the Fatui already know who you are.
Well, we have gotten in their way in pretty much every nation we visited, so we're probably at the top of their blacklist by now.
I see. Then, on behalf of the Frost Moon Scions, I thank you for the goodwill you have shown us. Because if they had gotten ahead of themselves just now, I'm sure you would have stepped in to help. Just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. Besides, for a weary traveler far from home, what better respite than to bathe in the moonlight? You will always be welcome at the Frost Moon Enclave. The place may we meet again in the moon's gentle glow.
These are delicious! So refreshingly fresh! Those 2 Fatui wouldn't know a good thing if it came up and bit them on the shoulder. Looks like Inefa isn't done with her shopping yet, and the Adventurers Guild is still empty. Where should we head next? Good idea! Wouldn't want to let the Kuhenki down, after all. Let's see... Okay, Paimon's got our route all figured out. So, all that's left to say is... don't fall behind! This is Nuts and Nuts. It's mostly a fruit shop, but there's a crafting bench. This is the Speranza, one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. All the waiters here are kids. This is the Vesnitsi Prolegic Greenhouse. Apparently, their flowers are all made of metal, so they'll never wilt away. And this is the Rossum Workshop. If you ever need a weapon made, this is the place to go. And over here, they've got a super tall observation deck. Whoa! Take a look at that! You can see really far out into the distance. That way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui? And then over there to the west, that must be the place Lauma mentioned, where the Frost Moon Scions live. So, what'd you think? Even if Inefa kinda stole her limelight earlier, this just goes to prove that Paimon's own tour guiding skills aren't too shabby either, right? Hey, come on! Would it kill you to compliment Paimon? Huh? Look! There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now! There's already a line forming outside! Looks like we'll finally be able to ask about your spaceship! Where? Which one are you... Oh... you mention it, Paimon's noticed it too. Anyway, where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild, or that suspicious-looking shop. A word of warning, though. If we step into that shop, be sure to keep a very close eye.
Please, here you go. And if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make the group.
Oh dear. So it is the
Of course it's the real deal. Everything you'll find here is 110% real, meaning every one of my deals is as real as a deal can... Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't my two most valued clients! And with no small thanks to your munificent patronage. Come. How could you just sneak into nod-krai like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier, I would have made an absolute pulled out all the stops to ensure that your boat ride over was as comfortable as humanly possible.
Thank the Archons we didn't tell you.
Oh, come now! You know as well as anyone how impeccably and conscientiously above board I am when it comes to doing business.
Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is that we had no idea you had a branch in nod-krai.
A clever merchant always has a backup plan, or two, or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrows. A merchant with stores galore hears no debtors at the door. Since you're both here in nod-krai, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it. Or if it's Sumeru you're missing, I've got that covered too.
We literally just arrived. Do we look like we're on the hunt for tourist trinkets to take back for our friends?
My, your high-minded tastes never cease to impress. In that case, I know just the thing. You must be on the hunt for something like...
What's that? Your hat?
Information, of course. Information about nod-krai, locked securely in the otherwise impenetrable vaults of the Lord Sangama Bay's brilliant mind. I knew it! I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares. On the back of all our pleasant dealings in the past, I'll even take a hit by throwing in some insider info for free.
Wow. You sure are feeling uncharacteristically generous.
What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I am the most generous person. For the moment I set up shop in nod-krai, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other for power and influence. Well, as they say, there's no time for business. Like a crisis, things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down 2 ancient moon's remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos. And the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential profit.
Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora.
Oh, really? But surely it was the tales of an adventurer's paradise that brought you here. The chance to take your very own slice of all the latest and greatest business opportunity. In that case, what would you like to know about? What now? A spaceship? Nope. Now, don't you two get involved in any big business here without so much as a heads up, you hear me? Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Sooner or later, you'll no doubt end up doing business with some other merchants in nod-krai. And someone's bound to listen to my advice. Do not, under any circumstances, go there.
The Curatorium of Secrets?
What do they get up? Just a place that handles all kinds of disputes. But the owner will charge you an absolute fortune, and she has a temper to match. Nothing like your friendly neighbor.
You're not just saying that to stop your competition from undercutting you, right?
When did that little pipsqueak get so sharp? And after I gave them all that info for free just to win them over. What do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking about your wallets. I mean, on behalf of your wallets.
You're really not convincing anyone, you know.
All right. Business is a cutthroat business. I won't argue with that. But I'm not lying about that boss lady. Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in nod-krai, she's also in my top 3 people most eager to trade in favors.
Seriously? It feels like you're just bad-mouthing your rival now.
Fine. If you don't believe me, go see for yourselves. We might both be from Sumeru, but compared to hers, my conscience is so large, why, it could fill 3 whole palaces of Alcazar's array. But when you realize what I'm saying is true, don't say that good old Lord Sangama Bay didn't warn you.
Burn it down!
Lucky us! The line seems to be gone now. Hey, Catherine! We meet again.
How ridiculous.
Huh?
They often say that mortals, shackled by their own flesh and blood, may fail to perceive the truth of this world, even when it is right beneath their very noses. Yet I had not expected to have the pleasure to—
But Paimon must have gotten the wrong person? At second glance, you do
A creator might forgive ignorance, but being mistaken for one of my own creations is beyond all. Look very closely, for standing before you is none other than Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
A harbinger?
I told you already, I'm not Catherine. Just how a... Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call. You interfered with my work once before, with that little robot. I let it slide. After all, it was nothing more than a distraction. But we are in nod-krai now. And as such, I strongly advise you not to stand in the Fatui's way. Otherwise, the next time we meet, I might—
Oh, please. You've got some nerve coming out with barely veiled threats like that. You're the one stirring things up here.
Oh, perhaps you have misunderstood. Just because nod-krai lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled.
Yeah, right. More like shady experiments, judging by your massive creepy research facility.
I've said what I came to say. What you do next, only you can decide. So why don't you start by using your already limited processing capacity to calculate your even more limited options. And, being the refined young lady that I am, I shall indulge you just this— Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to nod-krai, Dominion of the Fatui.
Ugh! Paimon's so mad right now! How can anyone so obviously evil be so annoyingly self-righteous? But if a Fatui Harbinger is here to greet us in person, that can only mean one thing. We'll have to be extra careful from here on out. Hey! The real Catherine's back!
Ad Astra Abyssosque. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How may I help? I will do everything I can to assist you.
Oh, you're so much nicer to talk to, Catherine.
Hello. I was just about to start tracking.
Did you manage to get everything Aino asked?
I did. What about you? Do you need
Not for now. We've seen most of it already.
any progress with the spaceship?
No. Catherine came back just now, so we asked her, but even she hasn't heard.
One possible explanation is the vast stretch of time that has elapsed. Additionally, given the limited resources available in nod-krai, it is entirely plausible that
Aww.
Understood. In that case, why don't we go ask Aino together? After all, she was the one who salvaged me. Ancient dragon technology and all. If there really are any unusual parts floating around nod-krai, there's a high chance they've passed through her hands at some point or another.
Good point. And since you keep mentioning her, we're curious to meet this whiz-kid mechanic too.
Understood. Then I'll handle navigation as before. ETA at the Clink Clank Krumkake craft shop. 34 minutes ahead of schedule.
Bring it! Light it up!
Oh no! There's a little animal trapped over there. Huh? That's weird.
The tides of Kuvaki affect everything in nod-krai. So much so that many creatures have evolved a kind of dependency upon it, growing stronger or weaker as it waxes and wanes. This little animal...
So you're saying we need to use Kuvaki? I'm gonna leave it to you guys. Don't be scared. We'll get you out of there soon. Oh, it worked! Off you go now, little one. Don't go getting yourself caught again.
Burn it down! Rise with the sun!
I know. Present.
Here we are.
Whoa! So many machines that Paimon's never even seen.
That is correct. It looks like Aino has...
Aww. Well,
I missed her too. I want her to see what I've become.
let's not keep her waiting any longer then.
Aino, I'm back.
Nefa? You're back significantly earlier than I expected.
Everything went very smoothly, which saved me quite a bit of time, so I know. I know.
I've been on my best behavior the whole time you've been gone.
She's got chocolate all over her mouth.
I know. While I was away, did you strictly abide by my tailor-made snack intake schedule?
Oh, of course I did. 1 whole cake, 1 crumb cake, and...
It was either a cake or a crumb cake or a pack of chocolates per day.
Oh, shoot.
When did you finish the snack stash I left for you?
Literally just earlier today.
Let me just go run a scan on that.
I meant today, a week ago.
And then you restocked an entire week's worth on your own initiative?
2 weeks worth.
Why does Paimon feel like the roles in this household are pretty much the opposite of what she imagined?
Calculation complete. Aino's recommended snack calorie intake for the next 4 weeks.
No fair! You're a meanie, Nefa.
This is what happens when you break an agreement.
Oh, come on! Don't do this to me! I only ate a teeny bit extra every day. Just a teensy bit extra.
That is objectively not a teensy bit extra.
Oh, seriously? If you'd only arrived half an hour later, I would have had everything cleaned up and you wouldn't have noticed a thing. But now that I think about it, you even said you'd come back a bit earlier than you did, so I wouldn't have to worry. But then, you were away so long. Oh.
I know. I'm very sorry to have kept you waiting.
So, will I be able to keep eating snack?
Negative.
Aww.
Okay. Well, given that I am later than I initially...
Thanks, Nefa!
I know. Allow me to
It's the honorary knight in Paimon! I know. Uncle Varka talks about you guys all...
Nice to meet you, I know. Nefa's told us all about you, too.
Huh? Really? She actually... Oh, yeah. So, you're here to see Uncle Varka, right? A couple of days ago, he suddenly said he had to head out on business, and that he might not be back for a while.
Yeah, we heard about that at the flagship. Did he say what he was doing?
Nope. Just told me to take good care of you guys and make sure you feel right at home. Oh. Do either of you need my help with anything? Anything at all? After all, I'm the head of this house.
Sure wouldn't know it from that snack tantrum she just threw.
A spaceship, huh?
Exactly. So, ring any bells?
No.
Oh.
Nope means nope. Never seen the slightest trace of it. More specifically, by nope, I mean, I've never seen a single piece of tech in all of nod-krai that might have come from out of this world.
Huh.
What Aino means is that your spaceship almost certainly has not been disassembled nor repurposed as...
Oh, so that's what she was getting at.
Yep. I've taken apart pretty much all the fun stuff in this city at one point or another, but I don't recall ever seeing any components that were anywhere So, either your spaceship crashed somewhere it's never been found, or someone did find it and then hid it.
But who would even do something like that?
Beats me. Maybe someone who thought they could stash it away for a rainy day. Just like how I sometimes hide snacks in the... Anyway, long story short, besides, sounds like it would practically be ancient history by now. If anyone still has any leads on what really happened, it'd be the Frost Moon...
The Frost Moon Scions?
Huh? Haven't heard of them yet?
There wasn't enough time to delve deeper into their history and tradition.
What kind of rituals are we talking about?
I've never actually seen them myself. They say that each of their moon chanters has had access to an ancient relic that lets them see the true past. Not sure exactly how it's meant to work. I can't get my head around anything that can't be explained by either machine.
Looks like we'll have to try our luck with the Frost Moon Scions.
Aw, leaving so soon? Sure you don't want to hang out a little longer?
It's getting late, I know, and these two still need to head over to Hisi Island.
Aww. Alright then.
Don't worry, we'll be sure to drop in on you as often as...
Really? You promise? Sounds like my type of visitors.
I'll be staying to look after Aino today, so I won't be going with you.
Hey, don't sweat it. We'll find our way just fine.
I'm glad to hear that. Also...
Oh! Are you here to play with me? Aino? Present!